Mike's alive. I want to say
Mike's alive.
The most organized and orchestrated off-the-air intro I've ever seen JP.
Yo, man, I'm trying to make sure everybody knows we on the air.
Well, you said you were going to be late today, and you're not.
I was still kind of late for us. I usually come here early to hang out, you know?
Oh, John.
Actually, in my defense, I normally have a date on Wednesday before the show.
Yes.
What are we talking about? We having technical difficulties? We
John.
might be having technical difficulties. Hold on. We're having technical... Wait till the technical difficulties are done.
So,
Here's Will.
I'm the host of the show, and my
What's the name of the
microphone
show?
was off. The show was called William
Hold
Forgot to Turn on the Microphone.
Can
And
y'all
everything
hear
I
Will?
just said, I need to call my lawyer and make sure that I'm not going
Hold
to
on. I
go.
gotta share the shit. I haven't even shared it yet.
Could somebody in Studio B contact my lawyer? Welcome to the HoneyComb Hideout. We're here it's 7:10, but we're normally here every 7 p.m. on Hump Day.
Wednesday, let me.
And I'm here. To the left of me is our celebrity merch girl, Lexi.
Woo!
Yep.
Woo!
And actually,
Hi.
that's downstage right, but downstage left
Lexi Swarm.
would be the esteemed... Yeah, power from the other hour. Shoes. JP.
Oh, it's me.
It's everybody's favorite New England band manager and promoter.
Woo!
And every ex-girlfriend's nightmare.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of them. And I'll repeat, the sexiest promoter in New England.
And my bandmate, the bass player from Another Sayer, Mr. Johnny fucking
Sup,
Impact.
guys?
Boo boo. Cool,
Johnny
man.
Impact. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing great. I got you something, John.
Oh, you know, I knew something was going to happen because you've been talking shit since I walked in the door.
What the hell is that?
Why are you giving me toilet paper?
It's for the
Oh yeah, he thought there was going to be a blizzard.
yeah,
Post-apocalyptic.
yeah,
Oh,
it's for
there
your
was a blizzard.
Apocalyptic warfare.
You and I were talking on the phone, and we were talking about in New England how, because we're older, and we were telling all the young kids how whiny you motherfuckers are.
yeah.
In New
bread,
England,
milk, toilet
right?
paper.
Because when back before you could pretend your existence,
Yes.
on your cell phone,
Yep.
we had shit like bikes.
Yeah.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
we used to get on wheels.
Sleds.
Yeah, after
Yeah.
after fucking school,
Yeah.
when we were kids, we used to get on these metal contraptions on
Yeah.
wheels,
Yep.
and we'd ride around the neighborhood and talk to each other.
Yeah. And during storms, our parents
Tie a
would
tube
take
to
the
the back
sleds
of the
out and
truck.
say, go to the supermarket and get groceries.
We used
Because
to-
people opened stores back then.
Right,
They
we
weren't
used-
pussies.
Right. No, we used to we used to talk to each other and have conversations. But I was explaining to everybody going outside because every time we have a storm, Melissa tells me not to go outside. She's like, "Don't go outside." I'm like, I'm not going to get hit by a fucking meteorite.
I mean, you never know.
You never know.
When's the last time you ever seen somebody smoking a cigarette near a gas pump and have that thing go up?
Technically, meteorites are constantly hitting
I see
us.
those videos on the internet all the time.
Yeah, but you've named the last time, especially you guys from the 80s and 90s. Name the last time. I'm not saying that gasoline isn't flammable. I'm just saying, like, when is the last time? You don't have any pictures of no poltergeists. You don't have any pictures of ghosts. None. There ain't a single one on your
Mr.
hard
Bishop,
drive.
how's the sound now? You get the sound? You all good now?
It may not work.
Just checking on the sounds.
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sure everyone's
everybody.
good. I'm sorry. Hi,
Shout
everyone.
out to the
Let's go.
concert junkies too. I know they like to be here. Rob's my guy, man. I know I know he never misses an episode. We love
Nice.
him so. Just want to give him a shout out, and I want to give a shout out to our esteemed sponsors at Eargasm. And I should disrobe because underneath underneath here I have my brand new Convicted printing, or as if anybody's seen the. Have you seen the reel?
Yeah, I did.
with Johnny Impact.
I did see
With Johnny
that.
So anybody go on the reel and go watch. It's
Hi,
fun to
Joel.
watch my bass player fuck up English. You have to go on the Sepsiss page and scroll down to our latest Johnny Impact reel where he's trying to say the two words convicted printing. Now I know how to say convicted because I've been convicted before. Yeah, my girlfriend's printer's broken. So I hear about this shit all the time. But Johnny up to the task when we had to tell them because we had to do a sponsorship, something nice for them, because they hooked us up. They gave this great package. Look, I have one. Look at this pen. You don't have one of
I
those.
see the pen. This is the pen.
Now, of course, they would never let you have that in prison.
Why?
We take pens away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the story. They being so awesome, they dropped us off a box of this swag, and they even had a shirt big enough for bars.
Oh
And we all
yeah.
took pictures.
Like it.
And they had, no one ever has a shirt that fits Melissa, because she's size 0.
I know. I
I
saw.
mean,
I
you
saw
really
her
can't-
working out at the gym, and I was like, she keeps it up.
Every-
She's gonna have to go get all new clothes again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm jealous. I'm gonna, it's crazy because she's just the fittest thing in the building, and
Yep.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
It's all good. It's all good. Are we gonna see your shirt or what?
Yeah.
I mean, you said you're gonna see the shirt, and then you don't show the shirt.
It is Arctic weather in here.
Is it really?
It's
I
a
don't,
tundra.
I don't feel the cold today.
It's
I'm
an
sorry. I had a
Arctic
good workout
tundra.
at the gym today, so I'm feeling
You're
hot.
in
that
PJs
explains
and a
it.
flannel.
Huh?
You're in PJs
Yeah,
and a
but it's
flannel.
not-
Those
yeah,
are
the
like the
flannels.
warmest
I
thing
can't
to
even
go
get
on,
this came
man.
from
Will's
the
getting
gym.
naked for all you ladies out there. You're welcome. I did you all a
I'm
solid.
gonna get arrested. I told you to get the bail money. It's just
Read the title.
this kind of thing. I don't want nobody.
I don't want anybody to see my private parts. At least not for free.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Ah, boy.
Don't forget the manager gets 10%. Okay. Of the money I meant. Please stop it.
So if you didn't know,
You are sleazy.
this guy promos our shows with baby pictures. You know that when
Yeah.
you have to hire the youngest people in your family to push your
Yes.
most important events,
Right?
that's how they did, in the beginning of agriculture.
Yep.
As soon as they came out, you were out there tilling the
You
ground.
had to have a job, man. Everyone's gonna pull their own weight. You know what I
Word.
mean?
Every time my kid comes over here, I'm putting a thing of headphones on him and tell him to hang out with bars. I'm like, now get to mixing.
He seems
That's
to like
why-
it though.
He does.
He was fired up.
Sundays he comes over. He's coming over after band practices, and him and bars are gonna do the.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Well, John, you like that because you like to hang out too. April 14th. Everybody should know by now that that's Melissa's birthday. She's 22 again. See how I did that?
I do see how you did that.
When you have a beautiful girlfriend like Melissa, she's 22 every year. Did you get that, fellas? Now listen. To be a part of the music video, because as you guys know, our new single, Bleed Lines, it's the first single off of our next album, Take the World by Swarm. We're releasing 2 singles off the album first, initially, for this season. So while we're moving around, we'll have a couple singles out. We're doing music videos for both. This music video is really cool because Johnny, one of Johnny's friends, actually found the main scene. I don't know if you want to give him a shout out, but
Jason Bazin, thank you so much.
dude, I mean, we were kind of like biting our fingernails off. I mean, the actual song is going to be out April 9th on Melissa's official 22nd birthday. That's April 9th. So you can pre-release the single right now. Bleed Lines, go look it up, or go look us up, or ask one of us, or ask me. It's around. But in the nick of time, we were able to find the coolest spot, and we were hoping to bring our work closer to us. As a result, we are shooting a portion of the music video the day of Melissa's birthday party. So the song comes out on April 9th, but the celebration in her party is the 14th. So that's Friday, April the 14th. As most of y'all know, we have a packed, sold-out after party. There are no more spaces for the after party, so if you didn't get in, you didn't. We'll be getting with people, and during Melissa's stream for her birthday, we're going to be doing the announcements about who won the T-shirts and who is a part of the after party. You'll be sent notification and directions on how to do that. If you're going to the show and you plan on going to the after party, or you're just going to a show, you'd be crazy to miss any part of the show because Carpathia is there, Hero and the Horror is there, and of course we're going to be there live at the table with Lexi. She's going to be doing an episode of the Metal Honeys podcast. There's a new episode out right now. Go check that out. So she'll be doing her thing live at the table, hanging with JP, and we'll be running around. But if you're already going to the after party, you should seriously think about being a part of the music video. If you're not, if you're going to come and you're going to come and see Hero or Carpathia and you just want to stick around for that, that's awesome. You still may have an opportunity to be a part of the music video. You can get with us on that. But it's important that if you plan on being a part of the music video, that you get with us and let us know ahead of time so we can hook you up with some freebies and some swag and some style points, so when you participate in the video, you'll look the part.
So if you missed anything that Will just said, you need to get with one of us and let us know what your plan is. If you're
really
coming, if you want to be in the video, we can gather all the names and put them together and get you all the information you need.
Nashua Gardens capacity.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you what it is. But I don't think.
I don't like.
I don't think.
That.
Well, no, I don't think we've reached it yet. I don't think there's any reason to bite your fingernails
No, there's
off.
still tickets available.
There's still tickets available.
So again, if you want to come down, the bands are all awesome. I've had the good fortune of working with Carpathia and Hero of the Horror. We've done a bunch of shows with Hero and the Horror. Those are Hero and the Horror, great guys.
Yeah,
great music.
Nice guys.
So all these bands are great, and if you want to just come and have a really good time and celebrate Melissa's birthday with us, that would be awesome. And if you want to just hang out with some really cool people, there will be some there. I mean, I wasn't talking about myself. I was just saying there will be some there, and I'm lucky enough to hang out with them. So just
And if you
find me, I'll be over with Lexi, and I have some helpers coming to hang out and help, and there might be a few Kingsters running around.
So
and,
Might be.
JP's got the Kingsters coming. That's who he's got.
Are they the special guests?
there's from what I hear, the crowd that's coming is pretty wild.
This is
Wait,
this is
definitely
wild?
my kind of crowd.
Are they?
this is the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
got-
party.
No, this
I
is a
just
Talk
party.
wanna
about an
say,
explosion.
Speaking of, I just sold this ticket.
Oh, look at that. Johnny
You see how he did that? Hold on. You see how he did that, Bars?
Yeah.
He waited till we all went
Yeah.
on air,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, you see that, man? I just sold a ticket."
Yeah. Yeah, he sold the ticket. But you know
That
what?
message probably was received 10 minutes
I know
ago.
that Johnny's bullshitting when he gets his Keanu Reeves. Wow. You see what I just did?
Okay, hold
I
on a
just signed
second.
a
Hold on a
ticket.
second. Hold on a second. Kylie says, "Are we sure English is Johnny's first language?" Because you were talking earlier.
Wow.
Kylie, you need to come to the show on the 14th. I will buy you a drink because
Wow.
I enjoy your commentary, and I enjoy you being part of the show from afar. And I enjoy any cheap shot you throw at my boy because it's funny as fuck.
She's gonna be there.
Oh, I love this kid.
How do you know about all the girls that are going to be there? I like how you know what the girls
Do you have
are
a good
there.
guest
them all.
list?
Dude,
Wait,
he's
what?
he's trying to outdo me.
Wait, what?
I told you that one.
I have them all.
The one day when I show up.
How many girls
I showed him a
is
couple of
John going to
Kingsters.
have? Is this going to be? Is April?
Is there gonna be a
14th?
war?
Is this going to be the
War of the
the
Kingsters.
final showdown of the Kingsters?
The War of the Kingsters.
Dude, we could do like
now
a
you
Kingsters.
really need a ticket.
We could do like a at the after party. We could do like a
Give me
Kingsters
one second.
pageant.
Give me one
Oh
second.
my
Give me one
god.
second.
You don't wanna do it?
Ladies, listen here.
You already know his beast.
Johnny's trying to make himself on the same level as me, and we all know that he's way too young to achieve such greatness. However, I'm always auditioning for new friends to join the group, if you know what I mean. So, come down, see us. We'll be at the table at Lexi. You get to meet some people.
Hi.
Just avoid
That's great.
Johnny's drooling gaze as you walk by, all right? He's a dirty bastard. I
And
love
come
him, but
sit
he's a
with
dirty
us
bastard.
and then tell us about it on the
Yes,
live at
yes,
the table.
yes.
Share your feelings.
That's great. And don't worry about Johnny's drooling. That's just his natural charm.
I'm going to fix Johnny's ass. I'm going to invite the two waitresses from the House of Blues that were all over him that he snubbed.
Ooh, why did you snub them? You should have
Up in the-
snubbed them. You know what I mean?
Hot little things, too.
Oh, damn.
You're not going to be happy if they join the group. You know
What
what,
if
I'm saying?
they're watching right now?
What
I
if they're
have one of their
sitting over at
numbers.
the table with me and the rest of the Kingsters? I'm just saying.
You should have invited them with the Kingsters to the show on April 14th. I just want to give a special shout out to all of
Look at Will trying to recover and be normal now. I'm going to bring it back to earth from these two creeps over here.
I just want to let you guys know at home, because this is a very confusing bunch. We are a band page. Melissa is the singer of the band, and we are broadcasting and streaming right now on Facebook, on YouTube, and Twitch. If you're watching from somewhere, please share this stream, because it's hard to believe we make a living doing this weird shit. So please.
True that.
At a combination, this is a small company, and we really depend on our fans and our friends to kind of have a clear idea of what we're trying to do here. So we're not the kind of company designed to hunt down people who don't understand or share, the energy around the table. That's really not who we're in pursuit of. We're really trying to find people that we can resonate, and people that host and hold and can present a depth of intellect that we can share, and hopefully be fair and transparent, meaning this is an opinionated broadcast. This is for entertainment. Hopefully that's clear enough for all you guys. And I have special news for the people that are misunderstood about a lot of our posts this week, getting back to pay to play. The reason why we talk about pay to play so much is because our fans are asked us questions about it. So we just talked about shows and shows for Sepsiss. We don't have a lot of shows this year, and I think how we look at success, not just us as a band, but small bands, amateur bands, I don't think we need to be afraid of admitting that we're small, because it allows us to look through a lens where we can measure success in a very fair and healthy, accurate way. I'm not your therapist, but I do want to give you some good news. Each and every promoter, venue, and booking agent that Sepsiss has agreed to work with this year, also in 22, and the year prior while touring in 21, none of them have asked us for money, and none of them have asked us for merch cuts or wages. We might not have 30-week tours, but we will have 30 shows in a season that understand, and we participate with the people that agree with our values. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So you might not see Sepsiss on a 30-week tour ever. I don't fucking know. It depends if we get the gas money. Inflation,
I don't want
music's changing. I know, and I'm just throwing that number out there, being fresh. But to keep it real, some of the staff members, some of the band members, they have full-time jobs, part-time jobs, different gigs. Some of them are self-employed in other areas. This isn't all that JP does. This isn't all that Johnny does. And if you're looking at any individual band member, I think it's also important to understand the integrity of keeping together a 6-piece band without all the staff members is hard enough to do in itself. And in an age and a time where you can wake up in the morning and pretty much just pretend yourself on social media. Anybody can wake up and have the ability to role play yourself as soon as you make a new email account and you sign up and you have a new login. We can all be DJs, and we can all be life coaches at a point or a click or a button or a subscription. In that time, I think it's important to understand we have a lot of technology and products and devices that kind of encourage us to act like we've went through the struggle, and we share the struggles with somebody that's learned violin, or that the digital creator shares the same kind of struggles as somebody that tunes a piano.
Totally different stuff.
People go to medical school for years and years and invest themselves in playing the guitar professionally. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to somebody who has no problem being labeled as a hobbyist. If you ever wonder why, I have a problem personally being labeled as a hobbyist, because I pay my taxes with my art. So that's why. I won't allow you.
You can't deduct a hobby, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because I pay my rent with it, I won't allow people to refer to me as a hobbyist. So I just wanted to point out that while we have all these convenient and luxurious devices that promote self-worship, that at the same time there's still people out there that are spending the time and hours in the day to playing the viola or the cello, and that cannot be compared to somebody downloading applications or getting in a room with six people every week.
Fact.
So there's a varying degree of how you're measuring this.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say that you're not making music. I'm not gonna be the one to do that to you.
Right.
But I just wanted to show you the very integrity and value of having a 6-piece band is even being in it.
Yeah, and it's not either so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
So much, six
So-
personalities all, melding together and not killing each other and remaining as a band. It's a hard thing.
I a lot of times we get the sort of attitude or proposition like, what's the gimmick? Like, when's it all going to end? And we usually get that from people who just met us
Yeah.
or have seen 20 seconds of video.
Yeah.
But
They think they know you.
right, but the band's been around for 12 years, and we've been in as what I like to refer to a professional project, for a greater portion of 4 years or so, is when we developed this professional approach to the project, and people are always kind of propositioning to as if there's a gimmick or there's some secret or there's some. It's always adjusting, and it's not learning one trick, or it's not getting one product or paying for one guitar riff or making one relationship. If you've committed yourself to a lifetime of music, you'll understand that virility and blowing up is something that happens instantly.
You're an overnight success after 22 years of struggling. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you imagine they were successful after one hit? Yes.
A lot of the
decades
stuff
of eating dog food.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff we talk
Condiment
about
sandwiches.
here.
You know what I mean? Like, come on.
A lot of the stuff we talk about here is information and education that we've gained over a long, broad stroke of experience. And the truth is, there is no gimmick. We actually love supporting bands. I think people wonder, when's that bubble gonna pop? When are we gonna when folks try to hold us hostage and they're like, we're really tired of what you guys' message are. You guys are gatekeeping the fans. Our real fans aren't confused with what we stand for.
Yeah.
So for those people out there that claim,
There's always going to be somebody that says something. Though.
Right, but it's important to know that we're familiar with who our real fans are.
Right.
And our real fans are familiar with the fact that we don't back down. So there is no gimmick. We actually do these follow ladders because we support the bands, and we also research and do a lot of development on what bands don't or won't do.
Right.
We take pride in being the elephant in the room. We take pride in being the big fish in a small pond. That's not hard to do when you're in a community of people who are scared to promote, scared to advertise, and scared to support each other.
Right.
So for us, it's a tremendous amount of empowerment, to not have a viral approach to this,
Right.
but to be seen doing the work, to
Right.
be caught.
Right.
We want to get caught supporting bands. I want to get caught.
Caught walking the walk, not just talking.
You're right.
The talk.
I want to get caught. So I don't think people realize how many booby traps, that we've left for this. How many breadcrumbs that we've left for people to find their way home. We do this purposefully. Because we do this purposefully because JP, I want people to check our work. You know what I mean? So when people call us out, I'm excited because it gives me a chance to show my work. It's like the guys that get mad at me. I just got some of my guitar videos, I get like 100K videos on it, 100K views on it. It makes people mad. And people get mad at me and they tell me to fuck off. It's just me playing.
Hold on. I'm going to interrupt Will for a moment just to comment on this, okay? So Will put up this, we talked about it before, but Will put up this video of him playing guitar, and he does a lot of reels like that. He put up a reel of him playing guitar, and, he's just doing his thing. He wasn't really even trying to get any attention for that. He was just playing, and some of his fans say, hey, man, post this, post that. So he was doing the regular Will thing, like noodling around on the guitar. And one guy shows up and he leaves the comment, "Fuck off." Like he was so angry.
That was my favorite
Will
comment
was
I've
playing
ever
his
had.
guitar. And so I was like, man, I hope Will leaves that comment up because that's gold. And we talked about it later. And that video reached over 100,000 views. And when I saw that, I messaged Will and I said, you should just fuck straight off every day on every video.
I've been fucking off.
Because I would like to have 100,000 views. And I'll fuck off.
Listen,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, what?
And I'm fucking people off like all the time with these videos. I'm doing a ton of fucking.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is, here's the crazy part, is the way people approach me is the most unique thing I've never seen. I've been in the prison yard and had people approach me about my guitar playing in one way or another. But these fucking guys are the most interesting people on the planet Earth. They'll comment and they'll say, you know, that vibrato is hideous.
Yeah, yeah.
And to me, and whether it is or whether it isn't is debatable.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, like, if you knew me and you knew how I feel about the guitar in general, I'm just the happiest little clam in the world.
Yeah,
you can't knock me right. I can make that thing could sound like farts.
Yeah.
And God knows I've played where it sounded like actual farts.
Yeah.
I've played the guitar worse than anybody. If anybody knew me well enough, they know that I'm happy playing a bar chord. I'm happy playing country chords. If you knew me and the way I feel about guitar, I'll play it untuned. If you knew me and the way that I feel about guitar saved my life. I got sober through guitar. I met my girlfriend through guitar. We created this band through guitar.
Yeah.
I pay my rent with the guitar.
Yep.
If you knew how I felt about the guitar, you telling me and reminding me that I needed to practice my vibrato is like the best fucking news I've heard all day. So if somebody approaches me and goes, you know, Will, that was a terrible guitar. That is, to me, when somebody says I'm not good enough on guitar, for somebody that cares about the guitar in the way that I do, I shine so bright with this instrument. It brings me nothing but joy. Yeah. Even when I'm terrible at it, I'm happy.
Thank them for their comments.
I don't think
Thank
they
you for
get it.
watching, man. I hope you watch the next one. I'll get better.
Right. So to everybody out there, honestly, fuck off.
All right, I just got to comment on some of the comments here just because I don't want to leave anybody out, and I love all these people, even Gio. Gio made a comment that you got to figure, though, if Johnny and I are at war bringing girls, the minute you guys let me know that my right hand doesn't count as a date, my count goes down. And that was funny, Gio, if it were true. The problem is I had to break up with my right hand because I'm just too busy. You know what I'm saying? All right, and now let's move on. My favorite commenter of the week, Kylie, comes back and says, Johnny, don't worry, she'll be there. She's bringing the duct tape. And to me, she said, please invite those waitresses. So, I'm enjoying the way this party is starting.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Run that back and make sure good bar.
Kylie is bringing the duct tape and wants me to invite the waitresses. So, I'm not really sure how crazy this is about to get.
This is a new level of kink.
Right.
All right.
JD said fuck off in capital letters with a hashtag next
so
to it.
I love all the swarmies.
Yeah.
Because they found
fuck
out.
off.
I have the best fans in the world.
Yes.
See, my actual fans aren't confused about anything.
Yeah. We need to do a shirt that says, hey, Will, hashtag fuck off. with a
Fuck
guitar under
off.
It is, put a guitar on that bitch.
You know, I am so pumped. So we got the Lexi End It shirt.
Yeah.
And this year we're going to have the Will Fuck Off shirt.
I love it.
Yes!
A guitar, hashtag fuck off across the guitar.
It's the best thing. And
awesome.
Everything. No, I don't think our official haters don't know how much value they bring. This shit comes back on what?
My illustrious assistant, Kristen, has come off with a comment to Gio's comment. And her comment to me is, what, you switched to lefty?
Oh.
Wow.
Standard, automatic.
Even the ladies
hybrid.
Now siding with Gio. You do know Gio is a creepy old goth, right? How you like that? Now all the goths are going to come out.
With
Pemberton sucks.
with the best damn boots in the business.
He does have some serious boots,
Yeah.
and he's got great artwork. The guy's really talented. As a human being, he leaves a little bit to be desired, but
Nobody
If
gets.
they keep at it, you might come to the show with 2 right hands.
A lot of people have like tried to ask Melissa before, like, "Hey, can you wear this shirt?" Like, "Hey, I've got a digital photography company.
Oh.
I mean, Streamlabs sends Melissa stuff. I mean, important people send Melissa stuff. Nobody important ever sends me, except for my friends at Convicted Printing. They send me stuff.
Convicted Printing
But-
really went out above and beyond.
They send me important stuff, and the people from Eargasm send me important stuff. But everybody tries to send Melissa stuff, and she doesn't give a shit. But not when it comes to Geo, man. Like, if you haven't, Geo's got that cool shirt,
Yeah.
the zombie shirt.
Yeah.
Melissa loves that shirt.
Yeah, I know. I got one.
She's a stylish person.
I bought one and I was like, "This is
She's
great.
picky.
This is great." And then my kid saw me when I opened it up. My 17-year-old saw me open it up, and he goes, "That shirt is really fucking cool." And I was like, "Yeah, buddy, I got it for you."
Melissa's
I
got
did not get it for
hairdressers.
him, but I couldn't keep
Oh.
it after he liked it. So now I see my kid walking around with Geo's shirt on, and I'm like,
Oh, really?
Geo's an asshole." What?
Oh, now you get to remind it. See, that was just Geo's strategy.
Right. He's an evil genius, that Geo.
His boots are made for walking.
These boots are made for walking.
The show's supposed to be categorized into 8 2-hour parts called topic blocks, but I've screwed everything up since the inception of the show. We report on the confusion and lies and secrets in underground music sometimes, and that can be upsetting to people. But criminals need lies and confusion to keep us divided and misinformed. So don't be mad at everything I say in a 30-second clip.
Man, I really fucked this whole show up tonight.
What?
Because I started some shit with the chat, and it's like they're coming in quicker than I can even.
Because everybody's horny.
That's what she
Oh
said.
my god! Like Kristen's on Geo's side now.
Nobody ever takes your side. I noticed that's
Kylie's
not
saying
very
she
pop-
didn't say to bring the waitresses. I swear I saw her say that. Kylie, do you want the waitresses there or not? You need to make up your mind. Jesus, figures you're Johnny's friend. Indecisive.
All right.
I've lost control.
I love this feud.
I've lost control.
I got it.
I'll take that.
Kylie says goths have more fun. JD got butthurt over my comment. JD, I love you, man. And I know Geo's your friend. You have bad taste in friends. But I love you, man. It's all good. Geo said he's on the fuck off shirt. He's on it. He's going to work on the fuck off shirt for you.
Really?
Yeah, see, I take it back. Geo's all right. What else we got going on here?
Love it.
Kylie does not want the waitresses there. Kristen wants the waitresses there.
Wait a minute.
I must have
Wait a
read it wrong.
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
Kristen
minute.
wants me to bring the waitresses.
First of all, this is Melissa's birthday party.
Yeah? Well, listen.
And I think that you've got some of the coolest motherfucking rockin' bands in town that
It's
night.
True. It's true.
I don't think you're going to be able to keep anyone away from April 14th at the National Garden.
No one should be kept
I
away
would
from
like
April
to make
14th.
a public statement to Melissa. I love you. I love you like a little sister. I think you're an amazing human being. I think you're beautiful and intelligent. You've made some bad decisions, but other than that, you're beautiful and intelligent.
I'm blowing smoke.
And you're very talented. And I'm going to be there to celebrate your birthday. I probably won't see much of you because I'm pretty sure the back of the room has turned into an orgy already. And I apologize for that. But, no, I don't apologize for that. I don't
Do you
apologize.
really
Big back
apologize for
hallway.
that?
You had me confused for a second. Like, all right, more for me.
What?
You know, there's an after party with a lot
Kylie,
of
bring
privacy.
the goddamn duct tape. We're getting rid of Johnny that night.
So for y'all that don't know, sometimes we put it up in the swarm. We have this famous picture of Johnny with his nipples tied to the floor.
Oh my gosh, we have to. Post
So we had
it.
we had a staff member. We used to. Well, it's a staff member that is no longer with us, but a staff member nonetheless, and she tied Johnny's parts to the floor.
On purpose?
Yeah. But he asked her to, and then
You're very
he
stumped.
had a
I
lot to
can
drink
see.
that night. This is why I don't promote
As
drinking.
much as I love Johnny, he has his fucking moments. Let me tell you right now.
We got to get to the openers. We're already an hour in. We're going to get arrested.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Blue Ridge Rock Festival has unpaid wages and lawsuit alleges. So they brought these
Oh.
Yeah, so
Here we go.
So here's the thing. I've always reported, and everybody gets mad at me at this stuff all the time, but you guys realize that when it says the people versus something, or when it, if it says the people versus R. Kelly, and I say something, it's not me. I'm not the people. I'm not the person. I'm not the one person that took away R. Kelly. Okay? Just because some chick in Hollywood points the finger at Marilyn Manson and I'm just a rock band talking about it does not mean I'm against Hollywood. It doesn't mean I'm against Marilyn Manson. It just means it's a stupid story in Loudwire and I'm in a no-name rock band and I'm talking about it.
God damn you, Will.
You know what I'm saying? So Blue Ridge has never invited me to play there. I'm not heard about it. And I'm not heard about it because I don't think that it would be convenient or luxurious for a band at my size to play in front of 36,000 people. I want to say that first and foremost, okay? So I don't play for exposure. Hold on. Please understand something.
He sometimes exposes himself while playing. But he does not play for exposure.
Only for money. But to be fair, I talk about this stuff because you guys already know, and our fans know, and you're familiar, that that's a feature of Sepsiss. That's something that we do as the elephant in the room. That's something that we do that other bands don't do. There are plenty of other bands out there that won't talk about this stuff. Go watch them then. There are plenty of bands out there that like pay to play. Then get the fuck off my page. We're the one band on planet Earth. We are the only band on planet Earth that will put 2 feet down on this and talk about it consistently decade over decade. So stop acting brand new. It's something that it's a feature of ours. Not having backtracks is a feature of ours. Being independent is a feature of independent bands. If you don't want to be independent, if you have a crazy dream about an ambitious music industry, celebrity career arc, then I think that this is the wrong place for you. To be fair, if you're triggered because we're a DIY band and we cover DIY topics, this probably isn't the place for you, is what I'm saying.
Nope.
So every time I report on a DW lawsuit, I don't know who DW is. I've never met them. I've never been invited to play there, and I'm not butthurt because I don't believe in Battle of the Bands. It goes against my values. That's a feature of this band. That's a feature of us. We're the only independent band that takes 2 feet and puts him down on the ground in terms of Battle of the Bands. We're against it, boldly. We are boldly, proudly, as a feature of this band forever, against pay to play in any form. I can't make this any clearer.
Bands are supposed to be there to help build a community, not destroy it.
So, but if I start, thank you, bro.
Well said.
But if I start reporting on an article, or if I report on the people versus someone, or if I report on plaintiff A, this is public information. This is something that JP can break down to you. When it's the people versus R. Kelly, the people represent you, the taxpayer.
That's right.
That's why this particular information is public.
Yep.
That's why court records.
You just gotta know where to look for it.
Right,
Yeah.
unless of course some federal things are a little bit more classified.
Yep.
But the reason why the people are able to view public records in litigation cases because it's your public right to know what corporations and businesses are doing in your community.
Absolutely.
So I'm the elephant in the room. I'm reporting because I have good reason, because I'm in the music industry as an independent, and it happens to be within the features of my band for me to be knowledgeable about this bullshit so I know what to avoid. I need to know what type of behaviors and criminal corporations to avoid.
Yep.
Because I don't want to be involved. I'm in a small company. I'm in a small business. I'm an independent, self-employed person, and I admit it. I admit that my small band is a small business.
I appreciate that about you. Gio put in the comments, quote unquote, "I'm not the people, so fuck off." William Savant, 2023.
Right.
And Kylie has said, William Savant for president, 2024.
Hey,
She
thank
wants
you.
Good Buzz as vice president.
That's not a bad idea.
That's a really good idea, actually.
A proposed class action collective action claims Blue Ridge Festival and its owners failed to fully compensate bartenders and barbacks for works that they performed during the festival in 21 and 22. This is still going on. A 26-page lawsuit filed by 15 plaintiffs.
Yeah, and that's the 15 that had the guts to step forward. So
15.
So for all you folks that were so excited to head off to the festival and pay crazy money for your tickets, pay attention to this stuff. Don't just ignore it. It's not okay. You've got a festival that is taking a $75 fee from every band that hopes and dreams to get on stage and play there, and they're not guaranteed a spot for that $75. They're guaranteed that they'll be thought of. Somebody somewhere in that group is going to listen to a song and say maybe or maybe not. So they're collecting $75 fees from thousands of bands that have no shot at even being fit on the bill. So they're making money on that end. They're making money on your tickets. They're making money from sponsors. They're making money off of vendors that have to pay them to be there. And they're not even paying their employees an actual living wage as agreed upon.
Because of who we are, and so does Walmart, and so does Target, and so does Spotify, and that's why we report on it every fucking week.
Yeah.
So when people are like, how come they report about rape so much? It's because it happens. How come they report about school shootings? It's because they happen. How come they report about... Because that happens, man.
Yeah.
That's why they report about hurricanes. The hurricanes come, floods come, and people report on them because people get caught in hurricanes.
Yep.
The case claims that the defendants improperly paid the workers a sub-minimum rate for every hour worked at Blue Ridge Rock Festival and illegally kept themselves between $500 and $2,500 in tips for gratuities paid by customers and attendees that were meant to be given to the workers. The lawsuit alleges Blue Ridge Rock Festival and CEO Jonathan Weirdo have run afoul of the Fair Labor Standards Act and Virginia labor laws by failing to pay bartenders and barbacks the proper minimum and overtime wage rates for works performed during 2021 and 22 festivals in both years. And we're headed into this, but I can give you one better. Everyone's eyebrows are raised like, oh my God, Will, I can't believe they wouldn't pay the 33 bartenders. I couldn't believe they wouldn't pay the 33 guys that mowed the lawn. Will, I couldn't believe they didn't pay the... What about the fucking bands? What about the 300 bands? So don't worry about the bartenders.
That's fucked.
You mean
That's
the
fucked.
bands that pay the $75 to get told no?
All the bands, they claim that you're going to watch all 300 bands. So you're going to pay $200 billion fucking dollars to go sit on a lawn to watch 200 bands with your two eyes. How the fuck are you going to wear 10 pairs of shoes during the day? How?
You can't.
So you advertise all and pay nobody? You can't pay the guys pouring the drinks? So what? 33 guys are lying? What about all the $75 submission fees? Now the drink money's missing, the submission fees money's missing, the bands aren't getting paid. So everyone's going to court lying about this? How many kids do you need to say that they've been raped before we make a move? How many people need to get beaten up before we file charges? How many people? But it's okay. When I was talking about bartenders, everybody goes, oh my God, Will, that's crazy. I can't believe Blue Ridge wouldn't pay those fucking bartenders.
Don't play.
They're serving
anybody.
fucking poison to drunk drivers. I'm talking about the bands.
They're not paying.
Fuck
anybody.
that beer money. Fuck that beer money. They should take that beer money and pay the bands what they deserve.
Facts.
They can't park the car right out there in valet. Get the fuck out of here. If you're missing beer money, you can't be taking $75 submission fees for bands. You can't do it. Listen, Sepsiss isn't in court for anything. And we get paid for every show that we're booked for. My job here is to teach other bands that are as small as us to do what we're doing. That's what I'm talking about. Is to book shows and get paid for them. Instead of subscribing to all and not even getting beer money.
I hear you. I agree.
Timestamp, for sure. That's fucking crazy.
That was my opener. That's all I got on that one. You can go look this up. This is public information. This is classaction.org. Go search Blue Ridge Rock Festival yourself.
That's crazy.
Happy hunting. I cannot be authenticated by crooks and criminals. Our band will not be authenticated by crooks and criminals. Do you understand me? I want to make that perfectly clear to every band, to every organization, to every distributor, to every record label and A&R. We're no one to be fucked with. We're the one band that doesn't give a fuck, and that's because I'm leading it. Ah, that feels better.
Do you have any other openers?
No, I just hate abuse. Always have.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like picking on people. I don't like bullies. I don't like none of it.
Dan, I appreciate your comment. I know you probably tried to be sarcastic with it, but I've seen the way you look at me, and I think that maybe you were serious. And thank you for tuning in. We appreciate the view. All right, let's go.
What
My
happened?
buddy Dan put in a comment that I'm one of the sexiest men alive or something like that.
Well, no.
And I think he was trying to be sarcastic, but I saw him looking at me a certain way sometimes. You know what I mean? Not my type, buddy. Sorry.
I did want to talk about. I did have this one other thing. Somebody put it up the other day. Shout out to Albanasa Entertainment. I believe that's who sent me. A lot of people send us stuff. By the way, that article. So for those that don't know, I have a lot of people that, of course, because we have the Rock and Metal Reset. Make sure you go follow the group and the page, the Rock and Metal Reset, where we cover all this crazy industry news. We do it every single day. It's all, you could do all the research yourself. It's really fun. Follow along with us. But people, I have an army of correspondents and journalists and people who used to work for these festivals. See, here's what these motherfuckers don't know. Even as far as our record label, every band that they do dirty, they come right back to us.
Yeah, I know.
All these festivals, when these festivals start firing motherfuckers, they come right over. And they bring all their contracts and their screenshots right to me. Everybody, they bring it right to me. Anybody that's been misused or mishandled, anybody that's got a scandal, a fucking story, anybody who's been kicked around and slapped, come and call me.
Send it.
Yep, send it right our way. If you're afraid, you think the rock and roll guys are going to come and get you, come and bring it to Uncle Will. I'll take care of it. So I got a whole bunch of these motherfuckers that just scrape the ground looking for this bullshit, and we're coming for every fucking one of you. We're taking rock and roll on because we know we can beat you. What do you think, JP, about this new thing? Amanasa brought it up about, this is going to really probably piss you off, actually. So there's this new thing that I guess it's a new rule in rock and roll where
I love when they do that.
Underground bands now, they can now have the right to cancel shows in the name of professionalism.
Wait, what?
Okay, let me explain. So
I don't know
let's
what that
say,
means.
okay, well, let's say you get booked for a show at the VFW. All right, just a local show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not really getting paid any money, but you've been on the gig, you're on the flyer, the art's been made, the event's up, people have been send an invite, the Eventbrite tickets going on,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
flyers around town, whatever. It's in pre-production.
Right.
So the new thing that a lot of these bands are doing is because of the festivals, because of the aggression, because people start booking a season and a half out. I mean, some of my friends are booking well into 24 and 25 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So some of these big festivals are booked, 6 months. Even we book 3 to 4 months out now. You know what I mean? Just to do it. And, we're hosting a lot of our shows. But these are because these big cash grabs and beer tents and all this pre-production organization and sound got to go into it. It takes, when you're advertising all JP, you need to have an all-style production. You need 15 stages and parking lots and valets and everything.
Everyone's gonna fit.
So when you have these big productions that advertise all, of course, you got to do the logistics and facilitate all of this. And sometimes that in itself can be really difficult. So a lot of times people start booking up early. And bands during the season, as you start to creep towards the holiday, some bands don't get the phone call. I mean, we didn't start booking shows. We booked a little bit late this season, and we still are. And every season, smaller bands like us, we kind of look at our phones sometimes and go, oh, man, I wonder if the calls are coming in, or I wonder what's going out. You got your press kit out there.
It is happening. I just got you an offer last night.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that was something that we didn't expect to pop up.
We never expected to pop out. Right.
Not that far
So
away.
so that will happen, right?
Yep.
And a lot of the bands, because bands have been taught now, out of fear, if you don't book anything before the New Year's, you're going to fucking drown. Everybody's booked the Saturday night before February. If you call around to the bars, and all of my booking agents and all of my friends all around, you guys know who y'all are. I talk with y'all every day. Hundreds. I'm best friends with hundreds of booking agents. We sit on the kitchen table, we talk and hang out every day. And we talk about the state of the scene, man.
Yep.
And we laugh at Saturday nights, because Saturday nights are booked before February. Okay, so there's this anxiety and this aggression to book. But what happens is not everything's booked. So some bands filter into that bottleneck where they go, oh my God, maybe we're not going to get booked. So they go, fuck it, let's just play at the VFW, right? Let's get a good hearty show going on in the hometown. Let's get one in the region, right? So a lot of times, and these can be somewhat successful bands too, in the following, So they'll make commitments, and they'll make commitments to local and regional shows because they didn't get invited to Blue Ridge, because they didn't get invited to Aftershock, because they didn't win the DWBDBDWs. I didn't say BBW. I didn't say it.
Why you gotta always get her laughing like that? I had her crying earlier, and I actually felt bad. I know it was from laughter, but damn, I was like, she'll be crying and shit.
But so JP, the point is, what these guys are doing is they'll book a show, at the Shaskeen downtown or whatever, right? And then all of a sudden they will get the call from Celebrity A. And then you know what I mean? They'll get the big call and say, you're going to open up for Ronald McDonald. Right? And the duck-billed platypus. And load it as that 4.
Jesus.
They'll offer him fucking...
You playing in the parking lot.
Right.
Look, you got 22 beer tickets.
Right.
Free beers.
Right. Listen, you're going to be playing at snack time, kid.
Yeah,
You're going to fucking kill it.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
Right. Static X is going to be playing across the parking lot.
Yes.
There's going to be 15 people there.
Unbelievable.
So where do we put our merch? You don't.
Right. We're
gonna put it up for you
Only
and
for
take
20.
20%.
I don't even want to do shows without Lexi anymore. From now on, our merch table's going to be on the stage.
Yes. No, you can't do that because nobody will get near her.
That's true.
If you're too high up, and then she's in there moshing in the back. She's out of control.
Well, this year...
Sometimes I got to stop her.
We've never done it. For fucking 12 years, we've never had a tip jar.
Yeah,
Should
that's
be a
true.
tip.
I'm doing it.
She puts on a bigger show
I'm doing
than
it.
half the bands do.
No,
You
I'm
kidding
saying
me?
I'm doing it because we're out of gas and Lexi's out of calories.
Help us
At
compensate.
the end of the show,
Sam.
it's just like...
Right.
That's awesome.
Winding down.
She puts on a better show than Sepsiss. She got the choreography. I'm
She's
telling
killing
you.
it. See some of those reels I took of her?
Well, so we play about 40 minutes. She plays about 90.
Oh, all night long. They didn't stop. Dude, even when they stopped in between bands, they were playing some weird-ass country
Yo,
shit.
Lexi's a better performer
She was
than we are.
dancing. I'm like, this girl all night long.
Yo, boys, remember when we used to people used to make the joke that Lexi did everything, and we used to make the joke that she didn't, and now she actually does. It's funny.
It's crazy.
JP was
They still
telling
get into
the,
existence.
JP was telling the celebrity people that this was the celebrity merch girl, and then the celebrities were looking at JP were like,
What? Really confused.
and they were like,
He's
yeah.
he's an actual celebrity, and he was all like looking at me like, she's a celebrity. And I'm like, yes, she's the celebrity merch girl. And shame on you for not being as celebrity as her.
Right. End it, motherfucker. So what do you think about that, though? What do you think about, like, you know, so bands sign up, you know what I mean, to play a show at the Fat Music Hall for you know what I mean? For us, we're doing a show, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, South by Southwest comes, and you got 2 weeks to the gig, and they're ready to bail on you. Are you
That's
cool with
not-
that?
That's not professionalism at all.
Right, being professional is keeping the gig. I mean, someone's got to be fucking dying. Someone's gonna be really sick or have a community.
When is it
disease.
appropriate for I don't want to say amateur. When is it appropriate for a working
for a
class?
semi-professional working band?
Yes,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's fucking
So
appropriate.
when is that? It's appropriate when the show can't go on. When an integral part of their performance is unable to take part in the performance. So if the singer gets laryngitis, they can't go on. You know, if the drummer breaks his arm, unfortunately.
So
They're not
at
gonna go
what
on.
point in the name of professionalism can somebody say, hey, look, you know, I know we've had this show for 2 months, but dude, fucking Marilyn Manson's on the phone, dude. Like you know, like Rob Zombie's on the phone. You want to talk to him?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to get on the phone with Rob, or are you going to be like, let me see the contract? It's Rob Zombie. I'll get a replacement. Like you're a promoter. I can't even answer this.
It's because it's complicated. It's not.
'Cause I'm a band. If you bailed on me, I'd be mad at you. But don't.
If a band if they're transparent about it and they tell me what's really going on,
Yes.
then I might be a little bit more forgiving. Because, you know, you've already sold tickets. You've got people coming to the show to see that band, potentially. So a lot of it comes down to, can I replace...
Because you might lose draw.
Right, can I replace that band 2 weeks out with somebody that's going to get me the same draw?
Okay.
Or, you know, or is it, and if it's a situation where the band itself is going for a really big opportunity that I honestly know is probably good for them,
Right.
I might cut them a little slack. But
Okay.
be straight with me. When people lie to me, they used to happen all the time. People call you up and cancel over some dumbass shit, and they lie to you.
Right.
You know, I had one guy overbook himself. He booked himself at another place.
Well, that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
so guys will have fear, like, I'm not going to get booked. I'm not going to get booked.
Yeah.
I'm not. So overbooking happens a lot of the times out of fear.
Yes.
Fear of not playing during the
Right.
season.
Right. Right.
You know, and I think most bands that have been around a few years, they've made the mistake of doing it at least
One
once.
guy,
You know.
and I won't mention.
What do you think about the other way?
Because you know who he is, huh?
What do you think about the other way? Say you're one guy thing.
Well, one guy once booked a show with me, and then remembered that he had booked somewhere else, and in the attempt to be professional, I think in his mind, he canceled with me because he had committed to the other people a few months earlier and forgot. But the other people weren't paying him, and I had a contract with him. I was paying him. So I could see that he was, I guess, half-assed trying to do the right thing. I don't know. It just pissed me off. I never worked with him again afterwards.
It's
So-
like if guarantees are involved, if money's been spent on the artwork.
Exactly.
You know, what type of advertisements have been out? I mean, so, you know, we headline a lot of the shows that we play, and people are associated with our shows because of our image a lot of times. So a lot of times, promoters that book us or venues that book Sepsiss, they know that we're a social media band. So a lot of times, promoters that aren't interested in our image really won't book us. Do you see what I'm saying? Because most people who are familiar with our brand know that we not only, you know, do we have a unique, like, audio experience, but, like, our stage, our wardrobe, and our advertising image is used to get excitement and attention with our fans. Like, that's what our fans and that's what people that get excited about Sepsiss shows get excited about is like our choreography and you know and seeing what we're all going to wear. Obviously, Melissa always has something dashing that she comes in. It's really different. But that's a feature of us and something that we do. If we showed up in black T-shirts every single time and did the same songs and stood there, it might be different. You see what I'm saying? And so for us, I know when people come see some bands, they don't come to see those bands for the reasons that they come and see us. I know they're coming to see Lexi dance. I know they want to see me, you, and Cam do the guitar moves and the whole bit. They want to see Joe throwing the sticks in the air. People that come to Sepsiss shows like to see us dance and like to do the Sepsiss thing. People that go to a Cannibal Corpse, they might want a mosh pit, right? But with our shows, you're gonna see like something a little bit different. In terms of that, I notice the promoters and the venues that we work with are promoters and venues that love great flyer work.
Yep.
People who understand that we're an advertising band. We do well and we do best with promoters and venues who know how to advertise and use the internet and use our image to draw. We do poorly. We draw less and we do poorly among groups that kind of are confused about what to do on a dance floor. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying. We're a social band. So like, when, you know what I mean? Like, we need to be advertised in a social arena. You know what I mean? We don't really bring the doom and darkness, John. People want to talk to you.
Yeah.
I've never canceled for a professional reason.
Right.
Yeah, that's
But I suppose if I was doing something really big, or if I had something to come up, I would use the chain of command.
okay.
I don't know. Because if I agree to something, I agree to it. Like, you can't wave a carrot and say, hey.
You've never agreed to anything and changed your mind before? That's weird.
Not if I put on a commitment to something.
Okay, so I've made commitments to things and then had more information added into my life and then uncommitted. Like I was an alcoholic. I drank every day of my life until I was fucking in my 30s. You couldn't tell me nothing else. And then I changed my mind. I've dated some pretty, I've dated some pretty risky and stressful individuals. Did you see what I'm saying? And I thought they were the love of my life, and then changed my mind. I mean, I used to like the taste of Philly blunts, and then I changed my mind. I mean, you know.
I see what you're saying there.
I used to like some pretty funny clothes and music and
I'm
ideas
saying.
and politics, and I used to like a lot of things that I don't anymore. John, it's called growing up.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, not when I was playing football, I committed to the season. When I had a commitment to something or a task at hand with a date or a plan too, I never.
You're talking
backed
about
out.
when you were a child. People commit to the Bloods and Crips and all kinds of
Yeah,
stupid
but
shit when they're children, and then
everything-
you grow up.
But I mean, everything in life. I committed to the base when I was 16. I'm still committed to that.
Okay, but the bass and the Crips are different. I'm just saying.
I mean,
There's a lot. What I'm saying is there's a lot of clubs and crews and commitments and individuals and behaviors that I might have committed to and sworn by when my brain wasn't developed.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Just
I hear what you're saying.
boys will be boys. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Lexi, but like I don't know if you know this, but men do really stupid stuff. As we mature a little more rough around the edges. Basically, men die quicker, younger than if you see a man that's made it and survived till he's 35, he lives a less risky lifestyle than he did in his younger years.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You don't tend to see too many guys in their 40s snowboarding off the roof.
No.
Do you know what? That's all I'm trying to say, brother.
No.
Let's go outside and play with fucking chainsaws. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're doing tree work.
No.
So there's a lot of stuff that I did.
Yeah.
Trust me. Time will come. Your taste buds will change as time goes.
I do have an opener as well.
Oh, well, I'd love
You
to
better
hear.
get to it because we've been talking for an hour.
We don't know what the
13
fuck we're
minutes.
talking
That's
about.
okay. So I do want to start off with this opener with a question. This is also open up to the people that are watching at home.
Okay.
Since 1983, how many women have been inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
100.
Since what year?
120.
So let me see.
Everybody in the chat put
that's
something.
40 years. I'm gonna say since 1983. I'm gonna say let's go with 20.
You went with that's a lot less than I went. I'm gonna go with 120. Everybody has to say something in the chat.
It's because it's. Let's just face it. I mean, rock and roll, women get a back seat whether you like it or not. They get treated poorly. Rock and roll used to be run by the
that
Old
was
Boys
harsh.
Network. I'm just being honest, right? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's all like Hollywood. You know what I mean? If you're not, they have their own version of pay to play. You know what I mean? The whole casting couch situation. You know what I
They
mean?
do.
Yeah. You know, so the world is different now, and I appreciate female performers, but I just don't think the industry has been kind to them.
Do you think? Can I ask you a question now that because you may know this?
And I'm
Do
not
you
some
think-
liberal. I'm not whining about. I'm not. I'm
JP is
obnoxiously
not a
conservative.
liberal.
No, I'm obnoxiously conservative, and but I just do. The truth is the truth. Like I think women have been mistreated. You know.
I think that's hard to understand if you're a fan of women in rock and roll because we love
Absolutely.
our women in rock and roll and we
Absolutely.
can't fucking believe it.
No, you
like,
know-
you're not.
yeah,
you're like, yo, I love my fucking mom. I'm fucking.
No,
like,
you know
what I mean?
how I
Like,
am. You know
you
how I
fucking
am
my
with,
sister.
you know.
You fucking.
No,
You know what
it
I
ain't
mean?
right.
Like we love our women, right?
It ain't right.
So when we think about our women, we're like, you say something with my girlfriend, but like, no.
But that's the way of the world back then.
so-
I'm glad it's
so-
changing, but
So I thought the customer was always right, though. Are you saying? Are you, are you
It
saying?
should be that way.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. Supply and demand. Right.
it
So,
should be that way.
Are you saying that there's only enough room for the bad girls club? There's only enough room in rock and roll for women at one time?
At one time, yeah. The girls, the women that achieved what they needed to achieve, did what
I
they
would
needed to do.
love to do a whole episode on
That would
this
be
and have
fantastic.
all of our female-fronted rock and roll bands.
Oh, I would love that.
Come
Yeah.
in and that'd be one to call in on.
Yeah.
That's
a good
I would
one.
love to see that. What do you? How dramatic do you think the ratio in comparison between
I'd say
how
it's-
the industry feels
Let's
about?
go 6-1. You got 6-1, 6 times as many male artists as the one female artist. So that's what I would say.
Okay, do you think that there is a dramatic contrary in terms of the demand for women in the industry versus demand for women in rock and roll with fans? Do you think that the industry is excited about women rock and roll as much as fans are, or do you think fans
Only if they're able to take full advantage of them and make most of the money.
So you're
There's
saying
a lot of women making money in music. Let's face it.
Do you think fans are misunderstood about that because fans love women rockers and they're
I think fans generally misunderstand the entire business. So yes, but I mean more because most people don't think about that. Nobody wants to think about the mundane, day-to-day, boring business shit, But I think most people would be absolutely shocked to find out that their favorite artists, male or female, don't make the money they think they're making off their music.
I think you're right.
I think most people would be shocked to find out exactly how bad it is and how many people get taken advantage of.
I think people would be shocked if they looked on their favorite search engine and typed in 100 female-fronted heavy metal bands. And I'd be surprised if people were surprised if they got back more than 50. Let's do that again. What's going to surprise you is that if you're a fan of female-fronted bands, you can probably name 20. But the 20 that you can name might not be on the same list if you search it in your favorite search engine. But more so, hard-pressed if everybody at the table and everybody at home had to search for 50. I'm sure we would have the research skills and we would have the tools readily available to come up with 50 names that females participated in rock and roll. I think that probably people like myself, JP, my friend Lexi, well, you're questionable. But I think most of us here in Sepsiss, given the task, could write out 100 hard rock and heavy metal females in rock and roll. However, you can't Google it.
No.
You can't Google it. You can't Google. You can't Yahoo. You can't. There's no place on the internet in the ever-existing, ever-expanding universe of the internet that advertises all. You cannot put please, for the love of God, give me a list of 100 women in rock and roll. Not in 2023, not in 2021, not in 1998, not in 1940, of all time, in all of experience, in all of rock and roll, since the 1940s. You cannot Google and have a list of 100 female rockers anywhere on the fucking internet.
I love your passion, and I love this topic, but people are asking for the answer. They want the goddamn answer.
I'll say.
Say your guess.
I'll say 14, and I'll even go one more with that because if you look at people like Carol Kay that are so involved with the rock industry, and they just shelved her. And if you don't know who Carol Kay is, she actually was she played a lot of the bass parts for the Monkees, and she invented surf rock. So a lot of stuff that you actually listen to is because of Carol Kay, and the industry just shoved her. Because women weren't allowed to be a performing part or allowed to be in the studio. So I think it's a real shame, and for shame on the Rock and Roll fucking Hall of Fame to not even mention her in that.
I'm loving this kid. I'm loving this kid right here. He's killing it. I'm loving this kid.
Carol Kay is one of my idols.
I can see that. I can see that.
So,
Damn.
out of 719 total inductees, only 61 of them are women. That means 8.48% of the entire Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are women.
Wow. How many? Say it again.
61.
That's a lot more than I thought, though.
So it's in between what me and
61.
JP
We had
thought.
somebody really close here.
Can
Hold
I
on a
say
second.
something though? That's I'm not gonna say like that's good. What I'm gonna say is that was a good guess for me. For me and
Paul
JP,
Lawson
though.
said 69. Good for you, Paul.
In comparison to other genres with women in it, they in rock and roll have less.
Wow.
Oh, that's
so
disgusting.
Demon Girl, Anne Marie,
that's
said
really
60.
Wow.
She was right fucking
You're
there.
right on the money, girl.
Demon Girl, you're a beast.
Right there.
No, right there.
Lexi, can you say what you just said? Because that was fucking disgusting.
So
Yeah, repeat that.
In comparison to other musical genres that have women in it, rock and roll have less.
Yep. That's
How
weird.
fucking inclusive is the inclusive culture now, you uninclusive fucks?
And for those of you that might be wondering, the reigning genre that have a lot of women in it that they actually recognize currently is country.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Wow. And when I was a young black kid in Portsmouth, that was explained to me that heavy metal and rock and roll was the most inclusive culture, and it was going to be so bro.
No, it's not.
Yo, I've said it before, and I've said it again. There are prison chow halls in America that are more inclusive than heavy metal and underground rock and roll music. Timestamp.
It's really cringy. The
There
numbers,
you have it.
it's so cringy, y'all.
There you have it.
Is.
There's only the only people that are included in hard rock and heavy metal are the people that deny the people that have questions about its inclusion.
Yeah. Those are
If you have any
people
questions about how
gatekeeping.
inclusive hard rock and heavy metal is, then you're not included. The only people who are included are the people that can agree that it's inclusive. And if you don't agree that it's inclusive, you're not included.
True.
The most uninclusive culture on the fucking planet.
True.
Very true. It's sad.
It is what it is,
We don't
man.
like
It is
girls?
what it
That's
is.
weird. No, fuck that.
It's really weird.
Fuck that.
Do you want to do another opener, or do you want to move on?
No, this is good.
Do whatever you want. You're kicking ass.
That's good. We got good money right now.
So the next opener I wanted to talk about really quickly is one of the topics that a lot of people have been seeing on most metal blogs lately, and that's various bands refusing to refusing to sell their merch in the UK because of the outrageous merch cuts.
Go them.
Fact, yeah. That's some shit
So
right
in
there.
regards to that, for those of you that don't know, at most venues, 200 to 400 cap, promoters not only in the UK, it does happen here in the US, most promoters or venue people, they ask for 20% of merch cuts, and they don't talk about that and when they're booking them. This happens day of the show, whether it's
So
day of
it's
the
a
show,
booby trap.
basically.
Fact.
Now, in regards to that, I know it's really heavy, but there's some light here. Since all these reports of these crazy merch cuts that's been talked about since the end of the apocalypse, when shows started becoming more popular again, and the rage of merch cuts, which are crazy, a organization started this 100% pledge, as well as a hashtag My Merch campaign. It started with an organization in the UK called Featured Artists Coalition, and this 100% pledge is venues that pledge that the artists that perform there keep 100% of what they make there.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't listen to them, they beat you up in the parking lot.
Basically.
I'm just kidding.
So that whole campaign started over in the UK back in November of last year, and since that start, as of now, about 400 plus venues have pledged on that 100%.
Wow. So if you own a
pledge.
venue, you better jump in there.
Hell yeah, especially now, because thanks to Rolly Pemberton, an Canadian artist, he teamed up with not only the Featured Artists Coalition, but the organization here in the States called Union of Musician and Allied Workers. They teamed up this year to bring that campaign over to North America.
She didn't mention that guy because of me, though. She just mentioned him because it's actually in there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Which brought up a question, are you related to him?
We'll talk
I
about this
had to
off the air.
What?
But yeah, so it's now over here in the United States thanks to Rolly Pemberton, who teamed up with Union of Musicians and Allied Workers, as well as Featured Artists Coalition, to bring hashtag My Merch campaign and the 100% venue pledge over here to the States. So if you are a venue and you would like to pledge, if you want, definitely do so. But this is a pretty big campaign, and it just started. And they also have a bunch of information about merch cuts, as well as crazy horror stories. So if you guys want more information, definitely go check out those websites.
I like that name, Rolly.
It's for Roland. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So that's definitely cool. So there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Hey, John.
Hey,
with thanks to
can you
these
smile for me
campaigns, and probably
Why?
many more. So if there's many more out there, definitely
Why?
drop them in the comments, because I'm sure they're not the only ones that are trying to do something to combat the merch cuts.
So we gotta stop calling this like this show is like not named right. This show should be called Some Stealing Motherfuckers, cause that's what we talk. We talk about.
We're talking
this
about a lot
lot.
of stealing motherfuckers.
No,
don't we?
but that's everybody. That's what people
No,
want us to talk about.
Yeah, but people will think that the title is reflective of us, and we are not stealing motherfuckers.
That's why-
because we all still broke.
Well, that's why.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's why Bars has aptly named this something about getting us bail money.
Right, yeah. Well, of course, because they're going to try to shut us up.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're trying to shut us up.
Is that all we got for openers?
I have more, but if
Let's
you
go.
want to move on.
No, this is great. Your
Okay.
stuff is the best stuff on the show.
So this one's really off topic, but recently a space rock exploded on the moon.
Well, not really. That's not off topic. But go ahead.
We talk about pretty much anything. This show is about rock and roll.
Right. And let's not forget
We're
about.
inclusive. Space rocks are included.
And you said something about explosion, and we
Right.
have the Melissa Wolf birthday.
Yeah, that's going to be
Just getting to that.
explosive.
So, a couple days ago, a cool space rock, people will say random, it's not really random, space rock decided to boop into the moon's
Oh.
gravitational pull and
Oh.
explode.
There you
creating
go.
Wow.
A brand new crater, and people in Japan were the ones that captured it, and they're the ones that could see it apparently.
Anytime.
This sounds like Japanese anime porn.
It does.
You know
I was
what I
going
mean?
to say.
Well, it
The
looks pretty
moon
realistic.
with gravitational pull pulled someone's
Booping.
stone in there. I don't know
Well,
what
it's
happened.
hump day.
You're a boop.
And there was a boop.
Right.
Holy
There was
shit.
a boop.
But speaking of explosions, as they kindly mentioned a little bit ago, Melissa's birthday explosion's coming up
which is
April
gonna
14th.
hit like a fucking meteor.
Melissa's birthday party
yeah.
is going to be more explosive than the holiday yesterday.
Right.
All right, let's move on.
So definitely grab your tickets because right now the pre-sale tickets are $12, and if you get it at the day of the
Right.
show, that goes up, baby. That sale is no
Right.
more.
And
So
then
you
there
might want
goes
to get
your,
it now.
then there goes your beer money.
Right. So get those pre-sale tickets. Bring a friend. We're like he mentioned earlier. There's also going to be a music video. You definitely want to get involved in that. There's going to be some little giveaway stuff, some SE23s for y'all, and some other props and things that you definitely get to keep. So definitely be involved in that. Her explosive birthday show is going to be awesome. It's down at Nashua Garden here in Nashua, New Hampshire. Definitely grab those tickets, y'all.
No, that's good.
Sorry for the moment of silence. I was doing some technical difficulties over here. I wasn't expecting the lecture to end that quickly. All right, we back.
Really
We
quick
back.
because the's not really much you can really talk about with the space rock.
No,
Let's
I
go
know.
talk about people stealing shit again.
Yeah.
Wow, there is
Let's
more
talk
people.
about how incredible this party's going to be.
Well,
It's going to be really,
well,
really good.
the first thing that's going to be really good is we have to basically get an area that is qualified for this after party because it looks like we have a lot of people.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just going to put it out there. This is not a... I know I'm the promoter guy, so that everyone thinks I'm always full of shit. But I am not full of shit. I'm telling you right now.
Wait a minute.
For anyone that knew about the parties we had last year with Swarmy Fest and my Halloween party before that, we talked about how crazy that was going to be. And we talked about how crazy the after party was going to be. And people didn't believe us. They were all like, oh,
They didn't.
They'll throw another one. And that was some epic fucking shit, let me tell you right now. And if you missed it, too bad for you, because they were both really good parties.
And I don't even mean to be fucked up like this, but it's not even a marketing ploy.
No, this is going to be a good party, man.
And well, the issue is like, it's not like there's a party every weekend.
No, right?
So we don't have any like.
No.
So we're playing April 14th in Nashua.
Yep.
We're not playing New Hampshire again until Swarmy Fest.
I just want to say.
I'm just giving everybody.
Yeah.
We don't
so
have
you're going to play in
30
April,
dates.
and then you don't play New Hampshire again
Nope.
until November.
No, because we're touring other places.
So
we're trying
that
to move
means there's
around.
going to be potentially only 2 Sepsiss shows in New Hampshire.
And that is because because of our demand across the country, and we're not Avenged Sevenfold. It costs us a lot of money to move the band around.
Right.
So we have a lot fewer shows this year than we did in 22 or 20.
Right.
That's what I was saying at the beginning of the program.
Yep.
Why I was so thankful to all the promoters that we have been working with for the last couple years. Because we're not raking in the millions here, but it has helped us out, like getting gas money, just like making it to the shows and like just having like some food or like having places like, you know, some of the act can get dressed or just like having a place to piss. What's going on?
The chat's just great.
What's
Like
up?
some of the
What's up?
comments, you know, Kylie said, would it have been considered a boop boop rock, which I guess it was. And Melissa says, boom, baby. And I think we're referring to her birthday party at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During that little moment of silence, Gio said, this moment of silence is brought to you by Eargasm Earplugs, which
Thank you.
reminds me, folks, if you find yourself in the need for earplugs, and trust me, sometimes it's necessary with the loud shows we put on.
That's true.
Eargasm Earplugs are the best earplugs on the market. I don't say this lightly. They are the best. So, if you'd like to get yourself some nice new earplugs, get yourself some Eargasm earplugs and use the band's discount. Sepsiss Band. SEPSISSBAND to get your discount on your new Eargasm earplugs. Thank you, Eargasm, for supporting us. Thank you, Convicted Printing. We are looking for some new sponsors for some of the shows we're doing later on in the year, so hit me or Will, and if you have a company that you want to promote, we've got some stuff going on. I actually have a really, really big company that I'm not going to mention right now that is talking about
I love it when he does
I
that.
see this pattern happening
They're
quite
talking about
often.
supporting me for the 2nd annual Halloween Rock Party, which is going to be a little bit different this year. And if this really big company steps up like they say they might, That's gonna really blow the first year's party out of the water.
Really?
Let me tell you, yeah.
Meanwhile, Lexi is in hot pursuit for New England's very top and best, most popular death metal band because we want to bring them to Swarmy Fest. We want to have at least one death metal band at Swarmy Fest, but because that's what Lexi wants.
Yep.
Death metal,
But
please.
so we talked about it. So me and Lexi are, and from now into November, we are in. So if you're in a death metal band, but you have to be from New England, you have to be able to get, obviously to Manchester. Swarmy Fest is in Manchester. Swarmy Fest is our premier white glove boutique motherfucking event of every year. We're doing it every year until we die.
Nice.
So you
Better
have
get
to,
on it.
and this year we need a death metal band. But Lexi wants, quote unquote, she wants the best death metal band in New England.
At
Yes.
Swarmy Fest?
Yep.
That's what
best
she
one.
says.
Okay.
I don't know how we're gonna find
I'm
it.
gonna be honest. There won't be any death metal bands at my Halloween rock party.
Okay,
That's fine.
Sepsiss will be there.
I'm gonna be there.
I know you'll be there.
I'm not gonna do any death metal.
I
bro.
know you'll be there. Sepsiss will be
Okay.
there. I have another band that I already have booked that I'm not going to talk about. They'll be there. But I have some. I mean, last year I had a national act. I brought in the Lonely Ones, formerly known as Boba Flex. This year,
That's fucking awesome.
this year might be quite a bit bigger.
Oh.
And as much as I love the Lonely Ones, they're great. But I went to a different. I outdid myself.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that right now.
Well, so we'll wait till later on in the season when JP's had a great night.
Too many drinks in me. Yeah.
So about that.
Liquors and truths out. I just want to say, I really can't wait for Melissa's birthday explosion. One, because it's finally hitting back the stage after this break. I can't wait to be playing with you guys again and working with you all again in the field.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, were you happy about us not sucking completely? Because
Yeah.
we hadn't played
Yeah.
all winter and we had our first band practice.
It's always nice when you show up and you don't suck. You know what I mean?
No, I was terrified. I always got it.
There were some fears of mine because I know a few times we got a few bumps and it's like, oh wait, what happened? And especially like because Joe wasn't there, we had the backing track.
Yeah.
And we had to refigure shit out because of that blank spot. So it was kind of weird. But when Joe came back in and how smooth everything went, it was like so.
I like it.
We've
I like
pretty
it.
much threatened Joe that he's never allowed to leave the band.
He's not.
No matter what.
You can't.
Joe's not going
If you're
anywhere.
watching this,
He loves it.
It's against the rules.
No, but I'll tell you what, when you have a drummer that it's not just like being the best drummer or beating the shit out of the skins, but it's like somebody has a relationship with the music and understands, what you're trying to do. With
Yeah.
the music is different. You got some people just beat on stuff or play stuff or match. No, it's like karaoke.
No, drummers.
I'm talking somebody that cares about it. It's
you
like
gotta have somebody that fits into the band, not just on the.
right. It's like
they
book
play.
to movie.
Right.
You ever you know what I'm saying? You get to the movie and you're like, oh, it just doesn't hit.
Right.
The same way the book did.
Right.
I mean,
Oh my gosh,
Because you
all
got
the
different
time.
writers. You got all these people who don't know the characters.
They
Look at
don't
the fucking Ninja
know.
Turtles. What the fuck they did to them?
They don't know.
No,
look
no,
at-
Kylie.
they
We're not
did.
complaining about suck. We like it when other people
What
suck.
does suck?
We just don't want to suck
Oh.
ourselves.
Oh, I don't want to. Listen, for those of us in the crew that are over 30, we're not flexible enough to do
Kylie,
stuff like
I
that.
wasn't trying to ruin Johnny's night. I promise.
What? What's he trying to do?
I don't know. She's talking about us complaining about suck, and I just didn't want her to think that we
Oh.
weren't interested in making sure Johnny had
Johnny's a free spirit.
That's one way to put it.
It's the most politest thing I think I've ever said about John.
definitely free.
I'll overblow that one.
I love this show.
Oh man!
I love this
So yeah, no
show.
drummers. We brought up drummers. So I'm wearing a new hat tonight. I'm wearing my unwritten rules hat. I've had this hat for like
Wow.
5 years.
Not to interrupt you.
Yeah.
While you just said drummers, I just want to say it's one more thing about Joe. It's really awesome having someone in the band that one loves the craft as much as the music.
Oh,
Exactly.
that's true.
And Bars does that as well. He's in the back. He's producing. He's always constantly working on.
They don't
songs
just
and
want to be
whatnot.
in the
It's
band.
not
No.
just a band.
These
thing,
guys
it's a
don't
music
just
thing.
wanna
It's
be in
about
it.
the entire life.
Yeah.
dude.
These
It's
guys-
everything. It's their existence.
These guys are awesome. I see
breathe
you do
it, they sleep it.
Melissa does it. Lexi does it. Everyone does it. And
Yep.
I'm so thankful to have all these guys, and it's really cool to see how all you guys work differently on yourselves and in the music.
Nah, you guys are weird.
I appreciate all this, and I'm thankful that Johnny's talking tonight. We got Johnny on a fucking roll.
What the fuck?
He's always got a lot to say, but, he gets a little camera shy sometimes.
No, to be honest with you, that's why I'm, like, kind of being quiet. I'm really
Johnny's
enjoying
killing
this.
it tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good Buzz says he appreciates that, Johnny.
It's true.
Although Gio just said facepalm, so I don't know why Gio's shitting on you, but whatever. Anywho, where are we going with this? What got other stuff going on here? Oh, no, free-range chicken. There we go.
Wait, chicken.
Free-range. Johnny evidently, Kylie called him a free-range chicken. What? Tastes just like chicken? What?
What?
Johnny,
Oh my god!
What? I don't know.
Johnny, do you have a stage left today?
Yeah, Johnny. What do we got, buddy?
Because I don't want to slow you down.
Look at the fucking notebook. He better have one.
I love
It's
how you
filled with stuff.
aggressively just like open like
Yeah.
the book and
Now
change.
look. I don't know. So it's been a couple weeks since we've done a stage left with Johnny Impact.
Yep.
So I don't know what's in that book. Okay, and I'm just telling everybody at home now.
Will does not want to be held
I was
responsible.
gonna say I'm not gonna stop him for whatever he's gonna do.
This is awesome because I'll lead on with the creepy part first.
Okay.
Creepy
I
part.
told you.
I just wanted to say, I said I was gonna do call-outs today. For everyone that voted for me.
He is so desperate to be the biggest perv on the show.
Won? Who won
So-
it?
I think
though?
Johnny won because all the people that voted for him don't really
Thank
know
you.
me.
So I want to say
Come
thank
to
you,
Melissa's
Kevin,
birthday party and you'll see.
Kevin Durant, William Bishop, Stephen
Hold on,
Oakley.
he's got perv
He
fans.
does. He's got perv
He's giving
fans.
a shout out to
Yeah.
his fucking perv
And no
fans.
offense, I
Holy
think you can
shit.
keep all the dudes that voted for you. I'm good with that.
If you are a
but
perv
that's
fan,
solid.
if you are a perv
A
fan,
vote's a vote.
you have to get a boop boop shirt.
So I got Kevin Durant, William Bishop, Steve Yoakley, Nathan Prino, Colin Black, my bro William Savant, Nate Peterson,
You're a real perv.
Judy Wolf, Anthony Nicastro.
The Castro.
Yeah.
That's purging sin. That's the homie.
Yeah. Come on, Anthony. Really?
Yo, shout out to perv.
We're purchasing tonight.
You think this
Yo.
motherfucker's booking you?
Hold on. No. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
He is so desperate to win this. You know what? I'm sorry, Kylie, and you're welcome,
Holy
Kristen.
shit.
I am definitely going to get them bitches from that restaurant now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Tommy Johnson, Quest Webb, Jamie Hopkins, Chad Stockland, Chad Bars, Christopher Casey,
Yo, this shit is
Gabriel
crazy.
Sanchez,
Oh my god.
Raymond Alvaro, Morocco
Hey,
Walmart.
not one woman voted for him. That's what he's telling me. He's telling me, this is a contest to show who's the biggest ladies man. And everyone that voted for Johnny Impact is a dude. It's a dude. So that shows me a couple of things. I'm sorry, guys. I hate to insult y'all. But if any of y'all are married, he's going to bang your wife. So you just voted for the dude. You just voted for the dude that's going to be in your bed while you at work, suckers. And secondly, any of you dudes that voted for him that don't have a woman, I don't know. Are we coming out of the closet? I don't know. I'm not hating on it. I got a gay brother. I got a gay son. I love gay people. I ain't a gay dude. Sorry. I don't fly that way. But y'all voting for Johnny, so I'm wondering now. I'm wondering. Not a single chick voted for you. That's
Betsy
embarrassing.
Graham.
One chick! That makes it even worse. One chick voted for him.
Hold on.
That means that means all the ones that have been
That's
banging
two.
him are
That's
too
two.
embarrassed to say
No,
it.
that's two.
How do you know Gabriel's
Hold
a
on.
woman?
What did you just say?
All them chicks that have been banging him are embarrassed to come out and vote for him.
Yeah.
That's a pity.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yo.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Their
Yo,
husbands
hold
might
on.
see their votes. That's true. That's true. Their husbands might see their votes. I gotta give him props on that. He's flying under the radar. Okay. I gotta stand by my brother on that one. I get
Oh,
it.
wow.
Completely under.
I get
This
it.
is crazy.
Yeah.
I love that. Though.
Yo.
This is deep then.
Yo.
I got the boys rooting for me. And I got
Kylie
the
said she
chicks
voted for him.
voting.
Anne Marie voted.
Yo.
Anne Marie voted JP. Whoa. Anne Marie, I love you, demon girl.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I saw
Yo,
that.
the saga.
Look, he's angry.
No,
He's angry.
Yo, the saga continues. Yo,
Stay tuned.
so hold on. If we, I want.
No, Kylie, I'm just having fun.
No, we
I don't get
deal with
offended,
this.
girl.
The saga continues. April 14th, we're bringing this shit up at the table. We're going to be doing interviews about this
Yeah.
shit. Because I know there's going to be some wives there. I know there's going to be some kinksters.
Oh, yeah.
I know, oh, yeah.
You're
And we're
all
going to get
getting
to the
into
bottom of this shit.
Oh, yeah.
To the
This
bottom.
was fucking.
We getting to the
We're
bottom
getting
of this
to the
shit.
bottom of
The
it.
bottom, the top, and behind the back
Wow.
door. What? What?
That was crazy. He said he went active camo with his boot boot.
Gio said, "Will be fine as long as convicted printing didn't vote." Straight out of the shower scene, Gio. Straight out of the shower scene.
Gio, here's your seat anytime you want it. Here's your seat right here.
Fucking Gio, I love you, man.
Somebody give Gio a seat over there. He could just be here in spirit. That is fantastic.
Oh shit.
Maybe we could do like a screen, like a flat screen, and he just comes in via satellite when shit gets ugly.
And he's the voice of the Honeycomb.
Can we do that, Bars?
Dude, we could do that.
Yeah. We could bring him in. Hey, they used to do that Max Headroom guy, right?
Right. I'm saying he'd be like the fourth character on the show, and we'd stick him on a flat screen. Right, we turn the laptop towards the camera, and he just comes on.
Make the glare shine off of Gio's face on the laptop. There we
You
go.
would say that.
Oh, by the way, anyways, so I got this hat on, right?
He's just jealous.
My boy Patrick Garrett tuned in tonight. Thank you, Patrick. You all know Turtle, Jason Schuler. He always
Yeah.
comments, talk shit to me. So Patrick is a drummer from Kansas City,
Hell yeah.
and I know him from when I was touring with Paul and Derek, 434 and all that shit. So I had met Patrick through Seven Dust, and then I followed up with him when I was out there. Patrick was the drummer for Unwritten Rules, and they were killer.
Right
he
on.
was their founding drummer for 15 years, and they were a band that we lost from the pandemic. They shut down, which was a sad thing. But
I was just going to go follow them right
but
now.
they're pretty cool. But I'm a little confused by the whole thing, and I'm going to take the hat off. I put it on to give props because I love my boy, and I know he doesn't have any hard feelings. But it was a little weird. You know how a lot of people, the pandemic, and it was a tough time where people fell apart and kind of lost their friends over dumb stuff and what have you. For whatever reason, the two original guitarists started Unwritten Rules again, and they didn't include their drummer, who still was ready to be in the band. It was just weird. People do weird shit. I don't understand it. So, yeah, I would never go to I'm a loyal dude. I met Patrick, and he became my friend before I heard his music. And
Right.
they just happened to be a really good band. So I followed them because he's my boy, and they're a really good band.
Mhm.
But when you start replacing people for no reason, it just blows my mind.
Why?
They had a great band, good stuff, and you just don't add new ingredients to the soup. You just don't do it.
Well, we were talking about that earlier. Is like, when does a band dilute its members, or
Right.
or dilute its faculties, or dilute its values, or dilute like how far?
Right.
You know.
I mean, it's hard though. It goes back to that, like you have a 6-piece band. Not everyone's going to get along on Sunday when you show up at band
Right.
practice. It's tough for everyone to navigate.
Well, this is me and Lexi are always trying to teach new bands this in the rock and metal reset.
Yep.
Here, Lex. But we're always trying to teach people that people come out with a new release. Bands will come out with a new release. This could be any genre, but I'll just say bands for now. Bands will come out with a new release, and they'll be looking to take the music, and they'll say, here's the music. Like this disc right here represents music. Okay? And the goal, you say, okay, because you're an artist, this is your baby, this is your creator, and, you take the music, you get the release going on, and you in terms of promotion and marketing and what we're taught about that, we're not taught how to promote and market ourselves as independents or in our department.
That's true.
As artists.
That's true.
Okay, a lot of artists aren't taught the behaviors that are associated with this. So what happens is we have a relationship with our baby, with our music.
Yep.
And we're emotional and we care about that because that's what we've invested our whole lives in, and we've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we spent time in the studio arguing with band members and going over that riff and locking it in and getting that part before the pre-chorus when you were walking down the street, and it was all meant to be, and it was all religious and it was all spiritual and it was all family and everything else, and you take that music and you're ready to present it to the world, right? And then you're like, here's my hero, the music. You see? But JP touched on something that me and Lexi are always trying to point out, that bands need to stop making their music the hero. JP don't give a fuck about that band. Sorry, band. And I don't mean that in a hateful way.
No, I know. It's business.
He said they were great. That's what he said. But I'm saying, as great as they were, as cool as Blacklight Invasion is, you know, you take a Cam and a Melissa out of it. I mean, you know
all
what I
of a
mean?
sudden
So
we're going to do Sepsiss with a different
Well,
singer.
it's like-
It doesn't work. It's not the same vibe.
And I want to, and I do want to touch on some of that also, because a lot of the comments that people get mad at us for the stuff in the big festivals, or a lot of the big festivals will say, you know, Salive is back.
Yeah.
And then Paul Crosby's not in the band. Paul's a good friend of mine. He used to play with them. No offense to the guys in Saliva, they're all very talented.
Yeah, they're all great.
But
it's different.
But when Josie was in the band, it was cool. You know, I was introduced to the second singer
Bobby.
through Paul,
Yeah.
and we all love Paul.
Yeah.
So, because I'm a fan of Paul,
Yeah.
it's easy. Hear me out.
Yeah.
The band's great.
Yeah.
Fuck all the shit.
Yeah, I get it.
They deserve to be up there. That's apples and oranges. But undebatably, we all love Paul.
Yeah.
So when he comes into town, we're going to support that,
100%.
and the energy behind his band, we're going to transfer that energy, right?
Yeah.
The same way that he was talking about the homie in the chat.
Yeah.
And it's important to understand that. And here's the correlation: is that's what me and Lexi are trying to teach bands all the time on here.
Right.
When you know what I'm saying, when I made that comment about the Death Clock thing, it wasn't about being your favorite cartoons. It was about diluted music. It was about the same thing about, you know, you trying to sell me Josie and Paul. Now, I'm not saying nothing bad about them boys.
I get it.
But my experience with that band, the music wasn't the hero.
Right.
Bands need to go. When you're coming out with a new release, we're coming out with a new release on April 9th.
Yep.
We're a band.
Yeah.
Now, to us, that's our baby.
Right.
This new single represents our new album, Take
Right.
the World by Swarm.
Right.
Okay? So when we present that to the world as artists, our perception, our view, and our emotional value is wrapped up in the preparation, and it should be, because we're here together.
Yep.
Building it, practicing that. We can't really expect everybody to dive into our dream like that. That's not realistic. They haven't spent $1,000. They haven't gone and got wardrobe. They're not going to go out there in the rain and shoot with Melissa. They're not going live every day. They're not invested in, you know, ad campaigns and PR companies, and they're not sitting here blueprinting and doing storyboards. That's something we do.
Right.
And that's special for bands.
Right.
And it's special for the Patreons.
Right.
And it's special for the people that are part of that. The people that want to be at a greater depth with the act. There are avenues for that in the modern world.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's where bands should be focused on. But
Right.
when you have a release,
Right.
on our release on April 9th, okay, when we release that, instead of looking at the music like it's the hero, bands got to remember, you need to replace that and make you the hero.
Right.
Stop making your fucking music the hero. That way, when your music doesn't do well, you don't instinctively go out and just make more.
Right. There's a lot more to it.
Okay?
Yeah.
So because here's the thing. $10,000 is no good in a dummy's hand. $10 is better in a smart man's hand than $10,000 in a dummy's hand. You see what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of these folks in preparation of a release have to understand what JP was saying.
Your relationships.
Your
count.
relationship.
Your relationships count, and those are the people that are going to stand by you and help you find new avenues.
He
what
said
it
it
is,
right
man.
there. And if our the hardest part is trying to remember and recall the value and the emotional excitement that you had when you first formed the band and had your first demo and first release. Now, I know what you're saying with me. You've grown now, and of course, you've gotten better production and everything else. But listen, go back to some production that you can stand on then. Go back to your last video last year. Instead of releasing single after single, stop releasing singles and sit down with your current catalog and ask yourself, how many views, right? Since that's what it's all about. How many follows? Because you know, if I say to you right now, how many followers you got? You say 10,000, right? I'm going to say, is that enough? You're going to say no. If I say, how many dollars you got? You're going to say $10. I'm going to say, is that enough? You're going to say no. I'm going to say, well, how many followers you got? And how many Spotify metrics? And you're going to say, I got 10 here. I got 10,000 there. And I'm saying, is that enough for you? You done? You're going to say, no, I need more. But I just told you that $10 is worthless in a crazy dummy's hand. And $10 is brilliant in an intelligent man's hand. So stop recording singles and go back to your catalog and go back to your 10,000 views and go back to that single that you were excited about. Remember how excited about you were on that day? Remember when that song came out and you and your whole team were going to push it to the end? You guys remember when you guys were going to make it and all that bullshit? And then you gave up on that song and you made another one. And then you gave up on that song and you made another one. And then you made another hero, and you made another hero, and then you made another hero, and you made all these fucking heroes, and you put them all before yourself, and you put them all before your fans, and you prioritize celebrities, and big-ass fucking festivals, and promotion packages, and playlists, and you made all kinds of idols, and heroes, and gods, and rock and roll fucking packages, right? And you kept recording songs because you forgot what that original one even meant to you. You've lost touch with your development. So ask yourself, if you can go back and you see $10,000, you see $10, are you a dummy? Are you yin, are you yang, are you in, are you out, are you up, are you down? Because if you have 10,000 views or 10,000 followers or 10,000 pennies and you've made it and that's good for you, then you're done. Then that's good. But if I ask most people, is 10,000 followers enough for you? You'll usually look me right in the eye and you'll say, that's not enough for me, Will, I need more.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, then why have you not gone back to that original song? I'll say, how many people have played that song? You'll say, this song has 10,000 views. I say, when'd you release it? I released it in 2022. Okay, and you've already made a new hero? To replace that hero?
Right.
Where's the excitement?
Right. That's why I've seen a lot of the bands that we're familiar with that have been around for a while. For example, Godsmack. They just came out and said they're not making any new music.
Right.
This is going to be their last album.
I think that's brilliant.
People lost their minds over
I think
it.
it's brilliant.
I think it's brilliant too. Sully knows that people like the songs that Godsmack has already put out that are huge.
Right.
They want to go see those songs. They want to see them do a show with all the...
Yes, and can I tell you something? I think that that's complete fucking cap. I think that that's fucking clout. I think that that's meme, mouthy bullshit. Because from one artist to another, an artist can't help but write and create. So
True.
So to me, that sounds like magazine mumbo jumbo.
True.
It sounds like salesmanship.
Or
It sounds like
they're just
PR
gonna,
stuff.
Or maybe they're just going to go in separate directions for the
For
creative
sure.
stuff. You
To
know?
me, if I was a press writer, that's the kind of shit I look for.
Right.
Oh, Sully, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to write that. Godsmack says they're never gonna.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna respond to it in the comments section. That's the
Well,
typical.
everyone will buy this
That's
album.
Loudwire.
Everyone's
That's
gonna buy the
right.
album.
Everybody will argue about it and tag the word Godsmack.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an easy one.
So you're making people hungry. I don't know how that's happened, but
I don't know how that's happened.
you
All we
made them
got
hungry.
is because
So Patrick jumped in and he said, "Yeah, it's all about the people that you meet. The music will always be a musician's
Yes, I just
baby."
want, and I just want to
That's
remind.
true.
I just want to remind everybody that same diluted mindset, that same diluted behavior, that same diluted approach to producing more heroes
Yep.
is the same way we look at pay to play.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And that same way we look at replacing band members, or
Yep.
when we talked and when we had debates.
It's different when it's mutual and someone's going to move on or whatever. But when
Yes.
when you just
Well, somebody made a comment the other day because I made the comment because Blue Ridge was doing announcements, and we always make jokes over there because we think it's unfair to a lot of people. A lot of people sitting at home. A lot of bands are sitting at home, and people go, "Hey, Will, why do you guys even care?" Because we get a lot of attention for it. That's why.
That's honesty.
Well, I mean, what the fuck? But no, and why do we care? Because we've been there.
Yeah.
We've given Blue Ridge $75 before, and they have never sent us even an email or a thank you. So
Yeah, they cashed it though. Got that check.
so I feel like that $75, I can say whatever the fuck I want to.
Right.
So there you have it. So they were doing announcements like they always do, and I love this band, the cartoon band Toonami, Death Clock. Everybody loves them. I didn't grow up on metal like this. I'm not like a metal meme guy. It's kind of like a silly thing. I don't look at music as like a comedy or silly thing for me. It's just my taste. I also don't worship the devil. Has nothing to do with the cartoon. I'm just saying I don't do metal like that. I don't go to shows and punch people and shit. It's not my thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just I don't know. I didn't grow up like that. So I go to when I go and see for anybody that does that. I know there's groups of people that do that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. They have their place for it. There's a time and place for everything. There's certain groups that have certain activities at different shows. I know some of JP's kinky activities could really not. But you know, rock and roll has all different facets and lanes and subgenres and different things. Okay, try not to burn down a church. Yeah, but what I guess what I'm saying is they these guys don't party too hard. So Blue Ridge, they make comments. Loudwire, a lot of big, especially anybody that's in court or being sued. We make comments in the comment section because it's funny.
Yes.
So if you're currently in court in a litigation and you're a big corporation,
we may comment on that.
Right. We might comment on you because it's funny.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's just our thing.
Hans, yes.
So
sorry it took so long.
I do want to say though, like
Kylie,
I've
yes.
seen the cartoon. Death
Geo.
Clock.
Sorry, not sorry.
No, Metalocalypse. Is it? I am familiar with it. I used to watch it in prison. The old prison rock and roll dudes used to watch it. I used to watch it, smoke bogies and shit like that. It's a cool thing. In fact, it's like reminiscent of like our Twitch guitar sounds and shit like that. So
I'll say this real fast. I think it's awesome because Death Clock really revived the death metal industry.
Okay.
When the show was coming out, so I thought that was just pretty cool.
No, for sure. I know the guy. He's kind of like a Cannibal Corpse kind of like character.
Yeah.
He does windmills and shit. I know. I'm the Squid
Lexi,
Guard.
you bringing them to Swami Fest?
So what I'm saying is, I'm familiar with what it is. And I don't give a fuck about it, okay? Because I don't like because I know.
Tell us how you really feel.
Right, because I'm not the music doesn't really resonate with me.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying? I'm a young black man. It doesn't really hit with me. It's not groove metal.
He admitted it.
I just fuck with y'all. No, but what I'm saying is but it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't sonically it doesn't resonate with me, but I think the art sucks. How about that? How about that? I think the comedy, the art sucks. I think the voiceovers are like corny or try hard for me. It's a little too the depth of intelligence and jokes doesn't hit with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just where I'm from, man. You know what I mean? I'm just nerded out on it. So like, to me also music has always been a passionate thing for me. It's not been a thing of comedy. I know in heavy metal, self-esteem's always low, so like making fun of yourself and talking down about yourself resonates with kids with low self-esteem, but I don't have low self-esteem. So I don't resonate with cartoon characters or people that talk low about each other or show weaknesses or signs of low self-esteem. My job on earth as a man is to bring people up. So there's a lot of like negativity or kind of like baby talk that they talk like kind of like immature like English banter and like, you know what I'm saying, like the oratory.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The dialogue and the oratory is like subpar for my intellect. That's just for my taste. I'm not saying people that listen to South Park or people that, you know what I mean, or people that like Chris Rock or whatever are bad people. I'm just saying that particular comedy ranks low to me. The art is sloppy, the music is shitty, so whatever have you. I made a comment not really about the band, but I just wanted to come on here and say as an individual, that's not the way that Sepsiss feels about Death Clock. That's the way I feel about it. Fuck that cartoon.
I hear you.
So, and fuck that music too. I don't give a fuck about it, and I don't care who's fans of it. That's what. So I just want to make that perfectly clear from me. But I did make the comment, not because of the band, not because of anybody's favorite cartoons. We had been talking about AI, and we've been talking about band delusion and bands being diluted by removing members or not having specific members. We've talked about it with Attack. We've talked about it with Saliva. We've talked about it with bands we don't like. We've talked about it with bands we do like. We've talked about backtracks. We've talked about WWF. We've talked about fake titties. We've talked about fake followers. We talked about fake shit. One thing I know about everything in the United States, you guys don't care about fake shit.
Nope.
You guys love your fake shit. You're on your own with that, though. You can't expect everybody to feel that way. And this band is a good representation when we go on stage. We don't drag backtracks up there, and I don't give a fuck about cartoons. Somebody made the comment about, I guess they like the cartoon or they like the band, which is perfectly fine because it's in their taste. That's believable. But they said that we were butthurt about the talent in the band and that I was misinformed about the cartoon. I'm not misinformed about the cartoon. They said to me that real people perform for the cartoon and that the creators of the cartoon bring people around to play the music. I don't give a fuck. That's like saying you bring a laptop on stage and, you know what I'm saying, you assemble some people in a boy band, or you put somebody in John Pemberton's band there that he was talking about, or you replace Paul Cosby, or you take Melissa Wolf out of Sepsiss. It ain't Sepsiss anymore. You can't get up there and tell me anything about some cartoon guy put a group of cartoons together and everybody's mad about AI. Everybody's mad about auto-tune or backtracks, but at the same time, we have a cartoon going on stage at one of the biggest festivals of the summer, and amateur bands have to pay $75 submission fees.
Well, they got to pay that cartoon.
Did the
thing.
And I said and all I said was, did the fucking cartoons had to pay the $75 submission fee? I didn't say a damn thing about the music, so I don't give a fuck about the music. I would never listen to that trash, anyways. Personally, it sounds a little dated to me. You know what I mean? But for real, no harm, no foul. If I can arrange a whole bunch of people and call it Sepsiss, it wouldn't be this band. Because this is the most special thing I've ever been a part of. You can't illustrate this. This is living, breathing, caring, loving people that are part of this project.
Absolutely.
And I only talk about this because it's the only fucking band that I've ever been in. And it's the only band that I can compare it to. I think people don't understand that. You can't compare no fucking cartoon to what we live and share here. And don't blame me for me only having living, breathing human beings to compare it to. Working, invested human beings. These people aren't assembled. They're not synthetic. But if we come up here and bring up topics about AI and backtracks and auto-tune and synthetics and fake follows and fake views and fake tits and fake agendas and fake news, then how can we have real life working human beings paying $75 submission fees to open up for fucking cartoons?
I think we have overextended ourselves.
That's all we got.
I think we have. We don't want to hold up Melissa's other show, so
that's all we got.
I just want to say thank you to everyone for donating stars. We appreciate you. It's helpful. Even you, Gio. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We will see you next Wednesday.
Wednesday.